Srimad Bhagavadgita Adhyaya 5 Shloka 5 Yatsankhyaiः prapyate sthanam tadyogairapi gamyate ekam sankhyan cha yogam cha yah pashyati sa pashyati karma yoga and jnana yoga. Their place in the spiritual pursuit. The role of karma yoga and the role of jnana yoga. Karma yoga and jnana yoga are not two independent parallel means. Instead, both together form the means. Both together form the path. This was pointed out in Shloka 4 and the same thing is repeated in Shloka 5 as well. The same idea is repeated for emphasis. Yat sthanam sankhyaih prapyate. Sthana, the goal. In this context, the goal is moksha. Therefore, sthana stands for moksha. Sankhyaih prapyate. The people committed to Sankhya, Jnana Yoga, the goal that they reach, tad yogairapi gamyate, the same goal is attained by karmis also, karma yogis also. Karma yogi as well as jnana yogi, both are traveling to the same goal. A karma yogi will qualify for jnana and then he will take to jnana yoga, then he will attain moksha. Whereas a jnana yogi has already performed adequate karma and now he will attain moksha as a result of jnana. Therefore, ekam sankhyan cha yogam cha, Sankhya and Yoga. Sankhya means jnana and Yoga means karma. Both jnana and karma together constitute one single path. Ekam, one single path. They are not two different parallel paths. They are one single path. Yaha pashyati sa pashyati. If one has understood thus, if one has understood so, he has understood properly. This is the proper understanding. Krishna dispels various misconceptions regarding jnana and karma. There are people who argue karma alone can give moksha. Karmabhyaha eva mokshaha. There is a whole group of philosophers known as Purvamimamsakas. They vehemently argue karma is the only means for moksha. Because any goal is reached by means of karma. This is their argument. Any accomplishment happens only through actions. Therefore, actions are the only path. Shankaracharya refutes this argument. Karma can never be the direct means for moksha. Moksha is permanent or impermanent. The very definition of moksha includes permanence. Moksha is eternal. If it is temporary, it cannot be called moksha. And karma can never produce anything that is permanent. Yadyat kritakam tat tat anityam. All that is produced by karma, anything that is a product is impermanent. Because product means it has a beginning. If it has a beginning, it should have an end also. Therefore, moksha cannot have a beginning. Therefore, it cannot be a product of karma. Therefore, karma can never be a direct means for moksha. Therefore, we have to accept jnana as the means for moksha. Jnanadeva kaivalyam. Now one can ask a question. Just before this statement, I made a statement: moksha cannot have a beginning. Then how can even jnana produce moksha? In fact, jnana does not produce moksha. Moksha is already there. Moksha is your nature. Because of ajnana, because of ignorance, we think we don't have moksha. We think we are bound. Jnana destroys the ajnana. Knowledge removes the ignorance, and thereby it destroys our misconception that we are bound. That is all jnana does. And then then we call it moksha. I have found moksha. You find moksha. You don't produce moksha. You discover moksha. And it is possible only through jnana. Therefore, jnana is the only direct means. Then what is the role of karma? Karma prepares you for jnana. Without karma, one cannot get ready for jnana. Krishna makes this observation in the following verse. Shloka 6. Sanyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptumayogataha yogayukto munirbrahma nachirenadhigacchati. Now Bhagavan is highlighting the importance of karma yoga. He Mahabaho, O Mahabahu, O Arjuna, Ayogataha Sanyasaha Aptum Dukkham. Ayogataha, without yoga, without karma yoga, One cannot get sannyasa. Sannyasaha aptum dukkham. It is difficult to get sannyasa. Nowadays, it is very easy to get sannyasa. If you go to Rishikesh or any ashrama, people will call you for sannyasa. Come, I will give you sannyasa. At least one or two people have experienced this. Krishna is not referring to just a formal ritual called sannyasa. It is easy to get a formal ritual sannyasa, but that does not form a real sannyasa. A true sannyasa is an inner transformation. True vairagya, total dedication to the pursuit of moksha, and total vairagya. It is not possible to get without chitta shuddhi. And the way to chitta shuddhi, the way to purify the mind is karma yoga. Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Karma leads to chitta shuddhi. Performing one's duties properly with the proper attitude. All that we are supposed to do in our life is karma. All of us do karma. But when does this karma contribute to chitta shuddhi? When it is performed with the proper attitude. A mother brings up her child. Bringing up the child is a karma. It is her duty. Perhaps she does her duty properly. Yet, it is not karma yoga if she is not doing it with the proper attitude. Most often, we have a self centered attitude. My son will take care of me. My son will do what I expect him to do. When the mother takes care of her child, she does it with expectation. then it is not karma yoga. When she does it without expectation, as an offering to Ishvara, Ishvara has given this child to me. In fact, the child does not belong to the mother in true sense. Who is that child? It is another jiva. Another jiva which has its own journey. Previously, it was in another body. Now, because of its karma, it is born as your child. You don't know that jiva, but now it has entered a new body and it happens to be your child. And it has its own journey, its own karma, its own samskara, and it is given by Ishvara, who has given that child, who has put that jiva in that particular body. It is Ishvara. Even the body is designed by Ishvara. And the jiva has been pushed into the body by Ishvara, by God, by Paramatma. Therefore, the child belongs to Paramatma. And he has put you in a particular position. You become the child's mother or father. Who has put you in that position? Ishvara. Ishvara has put me in this position. And he has given me this work. He has assigned me this duty. Therefore, let me do this work as Ishvara's work. As God's work. Then it is Karma Yoga. If a mother has this attitude, she is doing Karma Yoga. Likewise, all our activities can be transformed into Karma Yoga or Yoga. Krishna does not even call it Karma Yoga. He calls it Yoga. Yoga means the way to moksha. Yujyate anena paramapurusharthena iti yoga. The means to moksha, the means to paramapurushartha is called yoga. Karma itself serves as a means to moksha if it is done with the proper attitude. Therefore, ayogataha, without yoga, Without karma yoga, sannyasah aptum dukkham. One cannot get sannyasa. One cannot attain the state of mind, the maturity of mind that can be called sannyasa. Sannyasa is a state of spiritual maturity, and it is arrived through karma yoga. Yoga yukto munir brahma nachirenadhigacchati. Yoga yukto munihi. Yoga yuktaha. A mumukshu, a seeker of moksha, who is committed to karma yoga, who has performed karma yoga with dedication, in due course of time, he becomes a munihi, mananat munihi. He becomes a jnani. A jnani is called munihi. By means of karma yoga, he has accomplished the state of muni. A jnani. Nachirena brahma adhigacchati. He attains Brahman. Brahma adhigacchati. A jnani attains Brahman. How long does it take? It doesn't take any time. Nachirena, without any delay. A jnani does not take any time to reach Brahman. Why? Because there is no distance between him and Brahman. If there is a distance, you take time. When there is no distance, when there is no difference, there cannot be any time gap. You are Brahman. What is the distance between you and Brahman? There is no distance. Before jnana, there is a distance caused by avidya. It is called avidyakrita vyavadhan. A distance caused by avidya. In fact, it is a most difficult distance. Any other distance gives some hope. Suppose Brahman is 200 kilometers away or 20,000 kilometers away. Then we can think of reaching Brahman. Even if it is several thousands of kilometers away, like moon or like Mars, even then we can hope to get Brahman. Nowadays, it is not impossible to reach another planet. That is why already they are distributing one-way ticket to Mars. Already they are selling one-way ticket to Mars. And very soon the real estate business will reach other planets. Buy a land in moon, buy a land in Mars, because there is hardly any land left in the earth. So if something is away in terms of space, there is a chance of reaching. But when something is hidden by ignorance, it seems even more remote. You can try telling some of your friends. They will say, going to Mars is practicable, but attaining Brahman, they don't see even the remotest possibility of even the presence of something called Brahman. It is difficult to acknowledge even the presence of Brahman. Why? Because the distance between me and Brahman is avidyakrita vyavadhan. It is a distance caused by ignorance. Brahman seems very, very remote. Even the possibility of something called Brahman seems remote. But when he has become a Muni, a Jnani, then there is no distance between him and Brahman. He is able to say with the confidence, he is able to say with the conviction, Aham Brahmasmi, I am the Brahman. Therefore, Nachireda Brahma Adhigachati. He attains Brahman without any delay. Shloka 7. Yoga-yukto vishuddhatma vijitatma jitendriyaha sarvabhutatma bhutatma kurvannapi na lipyate. The knowledge of the self, Atma Jnana or Brahma Jnana, Both mean same. Atma is Brahman. Therefore, Atmajnana is Brahmajnana. Therefore, don't ask the question, how long does it take to get Brahmajnana after Atmajnana? First, you have to get Atmajnana, then you have to get Brahmajnana. It is not so. Atma is Brahman. This understanding is Atmajnana. Aham Brahmasmi. I am Brahman. This understanding is Atmajnana. The Atmajnana culminates in freedom from all actions. A jnani might be physically very active. Even if he is physically active, he is not really doing anything because he is free from the identification. He does not identify as doer or enjoyer. Therefore, he is not affected by the actions. The shloka describes a jnani, yoga yuktaha. He is yoga yuktaha. He has attained the purpose of karma yoga. He has done adequate karma. He has been a karma yogi for a long time and he has found a success in karma yoga. And what is the success in karma yoga? Vishuddhatma. His mind is pure. Vishuddha Atma Yasya Saha. Vishuddhatma. Here, Atma means mind in this word. Vishuddha Atma. His mind is pure. Vijitatma. Not just pure, he has mastery over his mind. He has manonigraha. And jitendriyaha. He has mastery over senses. Manonigraha and indriya nigraha. Vijitatma means he has manonigraha. Jitendriyaha means he has indriya nigraha. Sometimes these two are called shama and dama. Manonigraha is called shama and Indriya Nigraha is called Dhamma. Mastery over senses and mind. Disciplined mind and disciplined senses. Sarvabhutatma Bhutatma. The Atma of all the beings is his Atma. Sarvesham Bhutanam Atma Bhutaha Atma Yasya Saha. Sarvabhutatma Bhutatma. My Atma is everybody's Atma. He has understood this. Seeing the Atmas as different is ignorance. My Atma is different from your Atma. This is ignorance. My Atma and your Atma are same. My self and your self. Remove the my and your. What remains is the self. Self is one. Ekameva Advitiyam. A jnani has this vision. Even during transaction, he is awake to this vision. There is only one Atma. Kurvan apina lipyate. Even if he is active, kurvan api. He may do all kind of action. Na lipyate. He is not affected. He is not affected by the actions. Sloka 8 and 9. They are interconnected. Therefore, we will read them together. नैव किञ्चित् करोमीति युक्तो मन्येत तत्त्ववित् पश्यन् शृण्वन् स्पृशन् जिघ्रन् अश्नन् गच्छन् स्वपन् श्वसन् प्रलपन् विसृजन् गृह्णन् उन्मिषन् निमिषन्नपि इन्द्रियाणीन्द्रियार्थेषु वर्तन्त इति धारयन् a jnani does not see actions as actions. Karmani akarmayah pashyet. This line came in Shloka in chapter 4. We saw this line in chapter 4. Karmani akarma pashyati. In actions, he sees inaction. He may be performing all types of actions. And some actions are enumerated in the shloka. Yuktaha tattvavit. Yuktaha tattvavit. Tattvavit. Tattvam vetti iti tattvavit. A jnani. A knower of tattva. Tattva is the absolute truth. Absolute reality. A knower of tattva is called tattvavit or tattvajnani. An adjective to the tattvavit. Yuktaha. He is focused. He is established in the tattvajnana. He does not lose sight of tattvajnana. Such a person is called yuktaha tattvavit. There may be other people who have understood the truth, but they are losing sight of the jnana. But he is a yuktaha tattvavit. Krishna talks about two types of jnanis. Yuktaha yogi, a jnani is also called yogi. A yukta yogi and a yunjana yogi. Two types of yogis are discussed in the Shastra. Yunjana yogi, he is still not established in the knowledge. He is working on it. He may lose sight of the truth once in a while. Whereas a yuktaha yogi, he does not lose sight of the truth. He has assimilated the truth. He has assimilated the knowledge. Yuktaha tattvavit. Pashyan. Krishna is listing some actions. Nothing special about these activities. Everyone does them. We also see, a jnani also sees. Pashyan. Pashyan is Drish plus Shatru. In Sanskrit, there is an affix, a pratyaya called Shatru. Shatru pratyaya means stands for second present continuous. It has the meaning of present continuous. In English, we have present continuous tense. For example, dog barks. It is simple present tense. Then there is present continuous. Dog is barking. Present continuous. Likewise, Pashyan, it is present continuous. It is very important because what Krishna is going to point out here is being conveyed by this present continuous. While doing these actions, a jnani understands that he is not doing anything. It is not after or before doing the action. While doing the action, a jnani knows he is not doing. Means even when he is doing, he does not lose sight of the truth. It is not that after doing the action, he sits in meditation, goes to samadhi, and then he says, I am not doing anything. It is not so. While engaged, while being engaged in the transaction, he is awake to his true nature, to his absolute nature. Pashyan, while seeing, Shrinvan, while listening, Sprishan, touching, Jigran, smelling, all these are the activities of our senses, Jnanendriyas. Ashnan, eating, Gachan, going, Swapan, sleeping, Shwasan, breathing, Pralapan, speaking, Visrajan, giving up, Grinhan, holding, Unmission, opening the eye, Nimishan, closing the eyes, both opening and closing the eyes. Api, while performing all these actions. These are just a few examples. We can take any action: driving, cooking, speaking, jumping, all the verbs you know, you can list. Indriyani indriyeshu vartante, indriyani indriyartheshu vartante iti dharayan. He understands that the senses are working on their respective functions. My senses are doing their functions. My body, mind, and sense, they are doing their job. I am not doing anything. Naiva kinchit karomi. Aham kinchit na eva karomi. Aham kinchit na karomi eva. I am not doing anything at all. My Atma is not engaged in the action. My true nature is not engaged in any action because it is free from all changes, free from all modifications. I am free from all modifications. What is working? My senses are working. My mind is working. Iti manyeta. A jnani understands so. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.